Hello, everyone, and welcome to Chapter 5. Today is expanding the talent pool and recruitment and careers. That's what we're looking at. Now, if you'd like, you can go through the learning objectives. And let's get started with a little bit of the discussion starter. While we can't really do the discussion online, but here what we're going to do, how has the use of internet and social networks affected today's company's brand and recruitment? Well, let me tell you this, social networking has transformed the way companies build and promote their brands, allowing for real-time engagement with customers, personalized marketing strategies, and global reach. So, for example, let's take Luke's Lobster as an example. It leverages social media platforms like Instagram to showcase its seafood offering, telling a compelling brand story, and it interacts with customers. So now the ability to post high-quality images, respond to customer feedback, and even share behind-the-scenes content makes social media an indispensable tool for modern business. Apart from branding, the internet and social networks actually have fundamentally altered recruiting strategies. Companies can now attract top talent through platforms like LinkedIn. So if you don't have a LinkedIn, you might want to get one. This is where recruiters can actively research or search for candidates rather than waiting for applications. Now, social media also allows the firms to highlight their corporate culture, giving the perspectives of employees insight into work environment before they even begin to apply. And so, additionally, the shift of social media or digital networking has made the job applications a lot more accessible, and it reduces the barriers for candidates worldwide. And a lot of times, if you have online jobs, you could really just take them from anywhere if you're legally allowed to work in that country. So, for example, let's say you're an American, a lot of times there's people called digital nomads where you could apply for a job, you work online, and you actually get to travel all the time, and you get to live in different places for 3 to 4 months, and then you move on and so forth. And so you can do things like that all through online strategies as well. Now, let's get to the bulk of what we're actually talking about. Business strategies and their link to strategic recruiting. Now, recruiting isn't just about filling job vacancies. It's a strategic function that must align with the company's overall business goals. For example, a company focused on innovation, like tech startups, will prioritize recruiting individuals with cutting-edge skills, whereas customer service-driven businesses will seek employees who excel in communication and problem-solving. The effectiveness of recruitment effort is largely dependent on understanding the firm's strategies. Companies that aim for rapid growth will focus on scaling or scalable hiring processes, while firms with niche experiences may adopt a more selective approach, targeting highly personalized professionals. Additionally, what you're looking at is strong employer brand plays this crucial role in recruitment success. Organizations that actively manage their public perceptions through social media, employee testimonies, and other strong leadership, they tend to actually attract top talents. The clearer a company is about their mission, vision, and career growth opportunities, the easier it becomes to find candidates who align with its cultures. Recruiters must also consider the long-term workforce planning, so ensuring that new hires contribute to the company's sustainability and competitive advantage. And an effective recruitment strategy isn't just about hiring the right people, as we've said before, it's about ensuring that those hires support the company's future success. Now, an effective recruitment strategy involves multiple independent factors, as you can see in this diagram. Recruiters' efforts should focus on 5 key elements. You're looking at brand, focus, location, methods, timing, and decision making. Starting off with brand, a company's reputation plays a huge role in attracting talent. Just as customers prefer trusted brands, job seekers are drawn to organizations that are known for positive work environments, career growth, and sustainability, or stability rather. The second one we're going to look at is focus. Now, recruitment strategies should align with specific workforce needs. What key skills, knowledge, abilities, and expertise are the most important? Which positions are the hardest to fill? And understanding these aspects help recruiter target the right talent. 3 is location. So companies must decide whether they need local talent or if remote work allows them to expand their hiring pool globally. Number 4 is method. And now this approach to recruitment varies. So some companies rely on internal hiring while others leverage job boards, social media, networking events, or recruitment firms. Timing is number 5, and it is the hiring need. You're looking at whether the hiring need is actually immediate or is it part of a long-term workforce planning strategy or so forth. Now, companies with urgent hiring needs, they may need to be aggressive or do aggressive outreach strategies. Those planning for future roles, they can invest in internship programs and talent pipelines. So how can they get the right people to the right places at the right time? And the last one is decision. Who makes the final decision? Is it HR, department heads, or senior executive? Whoever it is, you have to have a clear decision-making protocol to ensure efficiency in recruitment. So an optimal recruitment strategy actually integrates all these elements and ensures a structure that is effective approach to talent acquisition. Now, companies must decide whether to hire externally or to promote from within. External recruitment broadens the talent pool and it brings it in a fresh perspective and new talent sets or sets of skills, actually. It can actually be costly and it can be time consuming, which is why a lot of times it's preferred to do internal recruitment where it boosts employees' morale and retention because employees now see opportunities for career growth within the organization. If you're looking at external hiring, it is best for companies looking for innovation, diversity, and rapid expansion. It introduces new skills and mindsets that may not exist within the current workforce. Internal hiring works well for succession planning and retaining institutional knowledge. The best approach often involves this combination of both methods, and it ensures the right balance between continuity and fresh talent. Employees must also consider company culture. You're looking at internal promotion, which tends to maintain an organization's existing culture, whereas external hires, they can bring in cultural shifts, either positive or disruptive, and it depends on how well they integrate. So by strategically blending the internal and external recruitment, businesses can actually optimize their workforce for both stability and for growth. Now, when we are looking for external recruitment, it ranges from passive, so you're looking at advertisements and job boards, to highly active job fairs, networking, and social media, and each method serves a different purpose. When we're looking at advertisement, we're looking at online ads, we're looking at a broad reach of audience, but it may not be targeted. Whereas job fairs, they allow the companies to interact with potential candidates directly, fostering a personal connection. Social networking is another option where you have LinkedIn, Facebook, things like that, and it's a powerful tool for identifying passive candidates, people who are not actively looking for jobs, but may be open to a new opportunity or a new role. So you kind of see in this figure where there are things that are more active, things that are more passive, things that are more active on the part of the applicants, things that are more active or passive on the parts of the companies, and where they range in between. A key to successful external recruitment is usually a mix of these methods, which aligned with the hiring company's goals and target audience as well. Now, this is within the external. This is what we just talked about earlier as well. Advertisement, large audience, possibly applicants, and preparing for recruitment. Not only is it time consuming, it also requires creativity in terms of developing their resources. But let's take a deeper dive. Walk-ins are definitely more understandable. It's just essentially people walk in and they put in their application or their resumes. And it's often believed that individuals who contact employers on their own initiative will be better employees than those who recruited through ads because they are you can already see that they are the ones putting in the effort. And I can tell you that internet has revolutionized, obviously, recruitment. So job seekers now turn to online platforms as their primary job search method, making digital recruitment essential for every single business. Their primary their primary social media aspects are things like, or not social media, but rather than platforms for gaining searches are places like Indeed or LinkedIn, or a company's career page, which enables employers to reach a vast audience quickly, and it is cost effective. Social media is another one that we can look at, and it extends their reach even further. So companies can share jobs on platforms like LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, whatever, it's X now, engaging with potential candidates in real time. Another thing is that employer branding on social media help companies attract top talents by showcasing workplace culture, employee success stories, and career development opportunities. So firms must also include mobile recruiting, which is another way of doing that. So making sure that job seekers apply for positions via smartphones, because most of the people are doing that on smartphones anyways. And so ensuring that job applications are mobile friendly is necessary in today's marketplace. So what you're looking at, a user experience that you can use on the phone, because that's where the majority of people are, or through in any way so that they can actually apply through there. So not just through a website that is on a desktop. And job fairs are relatively known, so you can kind of set up a booth, meet prospect applicant there, exchange information, and so forth. And another thing that's happening now more and more, or it happened more and more through COVID, is virtual job fairs, where the job fairs are actually conducted online. Next up, we have employee referrals. Now, employee referrals are one of the most common and most effective recruitment methods, and it leads to higher retention rates and faster hiring times. Employees tend to recommend candidates who fit the company culture and reduces the risk of poor hires. However, referral-based hiring has potential downsides, such as corporate inbreeding, where similar employees dominate the workplace. So it leads to a lack of diversity. Nepotism is another thing, and nepotism refers to hiring based on personal relationships rather than qualifications, and it can be problematic, especially if it leads to a bias in hiring decisions. So what you want to do is you want to maintain fairness, and so organizations should set guidelines on referrals and ensures diversity and merit-based hirings. And a lot of like bigger companies, what they actually do is that they pay their employees if the person they recruited got the position, which is really good. But it also opens the world to being able to say, okay, I'm going to refer you, even though I don't actually know you, which could play out in people's benefits as well, those who are looking for jobs, because you can connect with someone on LinkedIn and say, hey, this is what I'm looking for, and can you help me by doing X, Y, and Z, or by referring me. Re-recruiting or rehiring former employees is a cost-effective way to bring back experienced workers who are already familiar with the company's operations. It reduces onboarding time, and it can be an excellent strategy for organizations facing a talent shortage. Executive search firms or headhunters play a crucial role in high-level recruitment, helping companies find specialized professionals for leadership roles. Now, unlike traditional job boards, these firms actively search for candidates, making them ideal for roles that require a specific skill or industry expertise. Educational institutions also play a vital role in external recruitments through partnerships, work study programs, and internships, allowing companies to tap into emerging talent before they enter the job market. Continuing on, building strong on-campus recruitment relationship is an essential strategy for companies looking to attract the top talent early in their career. Now, establishing a presence in universities helps firms connect with students before they enter the job market, creating a pipeline of skilled graduates. One of the most effective ways to do this is by engaging with faculty and career advisors, as they often guide students towards job opportunities. Companies should invite professors and advisors to visit their offices, providing guest speakers for classes, and offer student job shadowing programs. These are actually pretty good for students as well and for companies because they build credibility and familiarity with the firm, both among both the educators and also the students. Another key approach is offering scholarships and internships, obviously. So, providing financial assistance to students not only builds goodwill, but also establishes the company's brand as one that invests in young professionals. Internships, even unpaid ones, offer valuable real world experience, often leads to full time employment. Additionally, companies should actively participate in career fairs and networking events, even if they are not currently hiring. Constantly showing up at these events keep the company name top of mind for students and faculties, creating long-term recruitment benefits. Unpaid internships have long been a controversial topic, and so they walk a fine line between providing valuable experience and potentially exploiting free labor. To address this, labor laws and ethics guidelines have actually been established to ensure unpaid internships serve the educational needs of interns rather than simply benefiting the employers. Now, the key principles of unpaid internships are that they must mimic the educational experience. They have to benefit the intern more than the employer and not displace paid employees. So, if interns should be closely supervised, given structured training, and should not be assigned tasks that are directly replace a full-time staff. One of the most critical guidelines is that interns are not entitled to a job or wages at the conclusion of the internship. However, companies that invest in meaningful training and mentorship often find that top performing interns become valuable future hires. So companies should be mindful of these rules to ensure that they stay compliant with labor laws while making internships a worthwhile experience for the students. Beyond the traditional recruitment methods, companies can leverage professional associations, they can leverage labor unions and employee agencies to find qualified talent. A professional association hosts job placement centers at their national meetings. It provides an excellent opportunities for companies to find specialized professionals. And these events allow recruiters to network with industry leaders and identify candidates within niche expertise. Now, labor unions have historically been a significant source of candidates, particularly for skilled trades and blue collar jobs. They often maintain databases of qualified workers, making it easier for companies to find experienced employees. Another way of doing this is public and private employment agencies, and they play a vital role in external recruitment. Public agencies often are state run, they connect unemployed workers with job openings. Private agencies, on the other hand, they work for a fee and specialize in a filling full-time positions, particularly for executives and high demand roles. So for companies that need to hire quickly, leveraging these external resources can actually be a very good strategic advantage. Staffing agencies and independent contractors have become integral to modern workplace management, particularly in industries that require flexibility. To tell you a little bit more, staffing agencies like Adecco or Kelly Services place workers in temporary positions, and they allow companies to scale their workforce up or down as needed. Now, this is particularly useful for seasonal businesses or organizations with fluctuating workloads, and they're also really good for people who are trying to break into an industry that they were not necessarily a part of, and they make, finding a job a bit easier. So you might want to contact these if you are looking for a job. You've got also independent contractors who work on a project by project basis, offering companies access to specialized skills without long-term commitment or full-time hire. Now, this model has grown with the rise of gig economy, allowing businesses to stay agile in the gig economy is what it is. You're getting a gig that pays you for a certain period of time and then you move on. Employee leasing is another unique approach where employees are hired by a third-party leasing company, then contracted back to the employer. So this strategy reduces HR overhead and administrative burdens while maintaining workforce stability. And so each of these methods, what they do is they offer different advantages, and companies must choose the best approach based on their workforce need and strategic goals. Now, many companies they prefer internal recruitment because it reduces hiring costs, boosts employee morale, and retains institutional knowledge. Promoting employees within reward loyalty and performance encourages others to stay with the company and work towards advancement. Research suggests that internal candidates often outperform external hires because they are already familiar with the company culture and process. When companies bypass internal talent in favor of outside hire, they actually risk demotivating employees, which can lead to high turnovers. Essentially, what you're looking at is companies that are employees that are feeling rejected by their companies because they were not good enough to fill this new promotional post. One significant challenge here is succession planning. So if experienced employees leave without a clear replacement strategy, the organization can lose valuable expertise. However, firms should develop structured career professional plans to ensure a steady pipeline of future leaders. And this is something we talked about in the previous chapter as well. So by prioritizing internal promotions and transfers, companies create a more engaged and motivated workforce while reducing hiring risks. A company's ability to fill key positions efficiently is a strong indicator of its internal talent and pipeline. Some warning signs suggest that a firm's lack a strong succession plan strategies include when you have long hiring cycles, so it takes too long to fill a key role, so it suggests a lack of qualified internal candidates. Two, reliance on external hires. So if leadership roles can only be filled from outside, it means that the company is not developing its talent. So it has to take another look at what it is actually doing. Three, lack of confidence in internal hires. So if managers hesitate to promote from within, it indicates weak training and leadership development. Four, hiring failure rates in promotion. So higher failure rates, in promotion. If employees promoted internally struggle in their new roles, they may not have been properly prepared. And five, that is favoritism in promotion. A weak talent pipeline often leads to nepotism or favoritism, which undermines workplace morals. So companies must proactively develop employees to avoid these issues. And you really just want to ensure that you always have a strong, prepared candidates ready to step into leadership roles in case someone actually leaves. Now, internal job posting and performance appraisals are essential roles for identifying and promoting top talents. Many companies use bulletin boards and intranets, to advertise open positions, encouraging employees to apply for new opportunities. This creates transparency and it gives employees a sense of career progression. One of the most effective tools for assessing internal talents is actually called the 9-box grid, which helps managers evaluate employees based on a structured performance and future potential. Employees who score high in both areas are ideal candidates for promotion and leadership roles. Additionally, skills inventories and replacement charts, they help track employee experience. They ensure qualifications as well. These tools ensure that the companies has structured succession planning in place to fill critical roles more effectively, which is what we hope would happen. So by leveraging this internal recruiting method, businesses can build a stronger, more resilient workforce while reducing reliance on external hires. This is an example of a 9-box grid, and a 9-box grid is a powerful performance evaluation tool that is used by HR, which we were mentioning earlier, to classify employees based on their current performance and future potential. So you've got high performance, high potential. These are the employees that are ready for immediate advancement and should be targeted for leadership roles. You've got minimum potential, high performance. These are individuals that are valuable specialists but may not seek leadership but are crucial to the company. Low potential, high performance. They're effective in their current jobs, but they may not have room for growth. High potential, medium performance. These are employees that need development and mentorship to reach their full potential. And finally, low performance employees. And these are employees require additional training or reassessment of their current role. Now, what you're doing here is you're ensuring that companies invest in the right employees, preparing them for future leadership positions as well. To optimize the recruitment process, companies focus on accuracy, collaboration, and continuous improvement. Accurate job analysis, which we've talked about before, ensures that recruiters attract the right candidates with the right skills. Involving managers and employees in the hiring decision leads to better long-term retention. Setting a realistic job start date prevents logistic issues and ensures smooth onboarding process. Post-hire debriefs also help identify weaknesses in the recruitment process, allowing for continuous improvement. Now, by refining these elements, companies can build a more effective and strategic approach by hiring. A realistic job preview is a critical component of modern hiring. It provides candidates with an honest look at both the positive and the negatives of this job, reducing turnover due to unmet expectations. Now, when candidates know what to expect, they are more likely to stay and perform well. Candidates that use realistic job previews, they experience higher performance satisfaction, lower turnover rates, and an improved job fit. So organizations should integrate realistic job previews into job postings, interviews, and onboarding to ensure that candidates make an informed career decision. So in addition to the things that you were doing as well, you can do or perform a survey where you look at managers, you took a look at top performance, and you look at new hires and even people who you wanted to hire but turned down the job and find out what happened. What are the best things that you could be looking for? What are the top performers doing? What are the new hires? How do they new hire look like? And why did candidates turn down the job? And another thing that you could actually do that would be really beneficial for companies to do is employees profiles. And that is looking at the top employees in the company and what they're doing best, creating a profile and trying to hire people with similar characteristics and behavioral patterns as well. Now, recruitment is a data-driven process. And so a key performance indicator, key KPI, helps HR professionals evaluate effectiveness. Time to fill is a KPI, so track the number of days it takes to hire, while quality to fill measures how well new hires perform and their retention rates. Again, these are key performance indicators. So this is the metrics that you can use in order to figure out if this recruitment method is accurate or not accurate. Is it working or is it not working? Yield ratios helps recruiters assess which hiring sources are most effective, determining how many applicants advance in their selection process. Acceptance rate indicates how attractive job offers are to candidates. And then modern recruitment also relies on application tracking system to manage the hiring workflow. So from job posting to interview scheduling, what you want to do is you want to leverage AI and automations in recruitment process to help improve efficiency, help the companies secure top talent faster. Now, these are time to fill calculations or examples and their metrics as well. Now, hiring is just the first step. Companies must also invest in career development to retain talents. Career management aligns individuals with aspirations with the organization's goal. Now, proactive firms provide mentorship, they provide career coaching and internal mobility opportunities. Good managers foster growth by helping employees set career goals, identifying training needs, and providing feedback. This approach not only improves retention, but also enhances overall employee satisfaction. So, strategic career management reduces turnover, it ensures companies maintain a strong talent pipeline, and companies that invest in career development often see an improved employee engagement as well as performance. Career management process is essential for organizations to align employees' growth with their business goals, which is what we talked about earlier. The first step that you want to do is you want to match individuals and organizations' needs, which means creating an environment where employees feel supported and understand the company's direction. This involves clear communication, setting expectations, and establishing shared vision. Employees who see their role within the bigger picture are more engaged and motivated. The next step here is actually to identify career opportunities and recruitment. Organizations must assess future competency needs, define job progression, and ensure career path aligns with the business goals. This means proactively planning for promotions, transfers, and leadership roles while maintaining a healthy balance between organizations' needs and employee aspirations. Gauging employee potential is critical to talent development. This includes performance evaluation, succession planning, and talent inventories. Companies that regularly assess employee competencies can better prepare for leadership transition and ensure high performers are retained and nurtured. There we go. Finally, organizations must institute career development initiatives. This step includes self-assessment, career counseling, and ongoing training. Without these initiatives, employees may stagnate, leading to disengagement. A structured career development approach fosters loyalty and ensures that workforce remains agile and ready for future challenges. Career development is not a one-size-fits-all process. It must be dynamic and responsive to challenging businesses and employee needs. Organizations that implement rigid career structures risk losing top talent to competitors who often offer more flexibility and growth opportunities. One key aspect of career alignment is ensuring employees have access to continuous learning and skills enhancement. Now, as industry landscape shifts due to technological advancement, globalization, and market trends, companies must invest its upskill employees to stay competitive. Additionally, organizations should build career paths that offer lateral movement, not just upward mobility. Employees often value varied experiences, so exposure to different departments and opportunities to develop a diverse skill set. A well-structured lateral movement plan enhances the job satisfaction and it keeps employees engaged. Finally, companies must regularly communicate career development options and expectations. Employees should be aware of their growth potential and how they can contribute to organization's success. Without clear communication, misunderstanding and disengagement can arise, leading to high turnover rates. Successful career management depends on balancing organizations' need and individual employee aspirations. On the organization side, strategic need includes competency development, market adaptability, and innovation. Meanwhile, operational challenges like turnovers, absenteeism, and outsourcing requires active management. On the individual side, employees have both personal and professional considerations. Personal factors such as age, family commitment, and location flexibility influence career decisions. Professional aspects, including education, performance, and promotion goals, determine an employee's long-term engagement. Now, career management acts as a bridge between these two dimensions. Employees that fail to acknowledge personal factors risk losing employees due to work-life balance conflicts. Likewise, organizations that neglect strategic balance needs may lack the right talent at the critical moment. So the solution lies in customized career planning, where organizations can offer diverse pathways for employees to grow while also meeting business demands. This includes mentorship programs, rotational assignments, and skill-based career tracks. Organizations must continuously analyze career opportunities to remain competitive. This requires identifying core competencies for each job roles. Now, ensuring the employee develop the necessary skills to advance is so essential. Employers should also examine, as they're doing all this, they should also examine the progression patterns across related roles, allowing for smooth transitions within the company itself. One critical element is job progressions, where jobs move through a structured career path, gaining skills and experiences at each level. This process ensures that employees are prepared for high-level roles rather than being promoted without adequate training. Career advancement can actually take multiple forms. So you're looking at promotions, transfers, and demotions. Promotions reward high-performing employees, but lateral transfers can actually provide growth opportunities by expanding skill sets. In some cases, employees may take a demotion, which switches career tracks, or gain experience in different areas. Organizations, they have to ensure that this career progression is transparent and based on merit. So unclear promotion criteria or favoritism can lead to dissatisfaction and engagement because people feel like they are disengaged and people feel like they are not respected. And so we want to make sure that this is not the case. Oops, sorry, this was supposed to be this slide. A structured career path in HR management ensures a clear trajectory for growth, while equipping employees with necessary skills for higher responsibilities is really good as well. So you kind of has to do both. The entry-level roles often begin as HR associates, where individuals gain experience in recruitment, employee retention, and administrative duties. This is as we're going through HR management, okay? So as employees progress, they may move on to HR supervisor or regional HR roles where they oversee HR functions with a specific location or a team. These positions require strategic decision-making, talent acquisition planning, and conflict resolution expertise. Further advancement leads maybe to corporate and division level HR management, where professionals handle company-wide HR policies, compliance, and leadership development initiatives. And at this stage, HR leaders play a crucial role in shaping company culture and workforce training. And the final step is reaching a vice president of HR role, where individuals oversee the entire HR function at a corporate level. Career development also follows distinct stages. So starting from early participation to late career transitions, first step is 0 to 25, ages 0 to 25, and this is about career exploration, education, skills building. Young professionals should focus on internship, networking, and gaining foundational knowledge. Now, the organization's early stage is 18 to 25, and that marks the beginning of full-time employment, where individuals learn workplace norms, expectation, and industry-specific competencies. Employees should provide structured onboarding and mentorship to ease this transition. During the early career stages, 25 to 40, employees focus on career growth, skill specifications, and role advancement. Here, we're looking at performance evaluations and feedback, and they play a critical role in guiding career development or career decisions. And mid-stage, 40 to 55, is a time for reevaluations. Employees may seek leadership roles, make transitions, or mentor younger colleagues. So organizations should offer career flexibility and training opportunities to keep mid-career professionals engaged. Now, the late career stage, which is 55 to retirement, is about legacy building. So employees focus on mentorship, consulting, and preparing for retirement. Career development initiatives are essential for ensuring continuous growth and employee retention. Organizations invest in career counseling to help employees assess their skills, set goals, and align personal aspirations with company objectives. Mentoring programs foster professional growth by pairing employees with experienced mentors. Reverse mentorship, where younger employees share knowledge on trends like social media and technology, also enhances learning across generations. Another thing is tuition assistance programs support employees in pursuing their further education. And that benefits both the individual and the company. So organizations that invest in employee education create a more skilled and engaged workforce. Career plateaus present challenges where employees feel stagnant in their role. And three types of plateaus exist. You've got structural plateau, where there's no more promotion opportunities. Content plateau, employees feel like their work is repetitive, and life plateau, which is a midlife crisis requiring role reassessment. And so organizations must recognize that these plateaus early on, and they must provide solutions like job rotation, upskilling, and mentorship programs to re-engage employees as well. Employees experiencing career plateau may show signs of disengagement, lack of professional growth, or reduction in motivation. A structured assessment can actually help identify whether an employee is struggling. And some key questions are they taking on higher visibility assignments? Have they continued formal or vocational education? Are they recognized and promoted within the company? Are they receiving high performance ratings and raises? Do they have a measurable career plan? A no to these questions may indicate a need for career development interventions such as coaching, lateral moves, or leadership trainings as well. Lastly, in today's evolving workforce, diversity is not just ethical, but also imperative. So it's strategic advantage that it creates. Companies that develop diverse talent pools create innovative, adaptable, and adaptable organizations that really just reflect the demographic and the cultural shift in society. The goal is to ensure that representation at all levels within the company mirror the diversity of the labor market and fostering inclusivity, equity, and belonging. One of the most effective ways organizations promote diversity is through equal employment opportunity and affirm action policies. Now, these initiatives, they help ensure that individuals from historically underrepresented or marginalized groups such as women, minorities, individuals with disabilities, and we've talked about a lot of these in previous chapters as well, veterans or older employees, they receive a fair access to employment opportunities. This doesn't mean hiring quotas. Rather, it means that actively removing barriers that prevent qualified candidates from being considered or advancing within the organizations. So developing a diverse talent pool starts with inclusive recruitment practices. This includes job posting that attract diverse applicants. So partnering with minorities serving organizations, implementing unbiased screening techniques, and training hiring managers to recognize and reduce unconscious bias is a really good thing. And so organizations should ensure that the language used in a job description doesn't unintentionally discourage certain groups from applying. So whether it's gender neutral language or emphasizing skills over specific experiences and so forth. All right, my friends, that is it for today's chapter. Please let me know if you have any questions. I'll be delighted to answer any of your questions. Until next time, I will see you and have a blessed day.